In today's video, we will be going through American Horror Story. Spooky Little Girl is the 9th episode of the first season. Let's get started. In 1947, we see that the owner of Murder House is a dentist, Dr. David Curran, and he treats his patients at home. That day, a girl comes to him for a checkup and tells him her name is Elizabeth Short and says that I have been sent here by my girlfriend Nabby Pierce. She is an actress and she will be very famous one day, says so. Due to short money with her, she wants to pay in another way, after which Dr. David makes her unconscious and then raped her, but Elizabeth dies here. And when Dr. David brings her to the basement, he meets Dr. Charles. He cuts off Elizabeth's body and throws it. It means Elizabeth also died in this house and her spirit is also roaming in the house. Then the story comes to the present, where Ben was feeling a lot of regrets. He cheated on Vivian by staying with Hayden. Moira was arranging the bed when Ben comes there. Then Moira starts provoking her and seduces her with her actions. But Ben does not come to her words and says, "I love my wife very much." On the other hand, Constance fights with Travis drunk and humiliates him for his work. She gets him a cigarette and asks him to take his dog outside too. Travis sees Hayden's spirit. Hayden takes Travis inside the seduction and they two get intimate. Here Hayden actually wanted to use Travis against Constance, because Constance was also against the evil spirits of Murder House. And when Hayden comes to pick up Vivian's baby, Constance won't let that happen. That's why Hayden's plan was to kill Constance through Travis. The next day, Detective Jack comes along with Hayden's sister Marla McLean for questioning with Ben, because Hayden was missing. They strongly suspect that Ben knows where Hayden is because she will be his child's mother. But as we know, Hayden is dead. Then suddenly Hayden comes there and handles the whole situation. Ben still feels that Hayden is still alive, and she has come to trouble his family. The next day, Elizabeth comes to Murder House to get psychic treatment from Ben, who was killed by Dr. David Curran in 1947. His spirit has come to seek treatment from Ben. Even today, she offers herself to Ben as she does not have money. You guys must understand how the spirits of the house were slowly driving crazy the people living there. Ben tells that girl to come the next day. Then he gets a call from Dr. Hall, and the doctor says your wife's twins have different fathers. It's extremely rare, and maybe Vivian has been tortured. Ben was shocked to hear this, as we know that Tate's child was in Vivian's womb. And Moira also tells this to Constance, and she goes and asks Tate's spirit about it, and Tate accepts this. Constance beats him and scolds him a lot, but obviously, a spirit was not going to make any difference. The next day, Elizabeth arrives and they seduce Ben along with Moira. But Ben gets infuriated and tells both of them to leave. Then Hayden comes there and talks to Elizabeth. Elizabeth says that it has always been a dream that she become famous. Hayden tells her that you were murdered here, and your news remained on the front page for 2 months. Hearing this, Elizabeth is happy that she finally became famous. Now, as soon as Ben learns that the man in the black suit Vivian was talking about, he really does exist and he has done all this. So Ben decides to get Vivian out of the hospital and bring her back to the murder house. Ben later break up with Hayden as well, and Ben still felt that Hayden was alive. Listening to Ben, Hayden gets angry, and she feels that man uses girls like her only to forget his sorrows. That night, Travis meets Hayden again because he is angry with Constance, and Hayden was so angry that she kills Travis, and all the spirits stand behind her. And that Travis himself, who is spirit, now comes and stands there and starts roaming around in that house. Travis's body is then cut and thrown near the city, and Larry does this work. Ben, on the other hand, feels that Luke, his security guard in that black suit, was with Vivian, and the second baby in Vivian's womb is Luke's. But Luke did not do this, so he flatly refuses. But Ben didn't even suspect anyone else. Ben tells Moira that he has done a lot of wrong things, and he is also regretting it. His wife Vivian will have to bring him home in any case, and Moira also agreed on this point. And Moira appears in front of Ben in her real old form, and she says that you have really changed and now you have started seeing things correctly. And seeing the look of Moira, Ben gets confused as to whose Moira really is. Constance asks Billy Dean what will happen if the ghost's baby is born by a human. Then Billy Dean tells a child born of human and spirit will usher at the end of times. If the devil's going to use a human womb for his spawn, he's going to want a little more bang for his buck. Episode 9 ends here. If you like the explanation, please subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.